Ever wondered how the engineers who actually built the latest Chat GPT get it to do those really mind-blowing things?
Well, it seems like they've kind of spilled the beans.
Exactly. We've got our hands on OpenAI's internal guide, their playbook for getting the absolute max out of ChatGPT 4.1. It's a bit of a game changer.
It really is. And this isn't just, another tips article you find online.
No, this is like a working document. The actual OpenAI engineers use this themselves. We're diving into the real methods they use.
And what's interesting is the timing, right? Google put out something similar not long ago about prompt engineering.
Yeah, it really highlights how crucial this whole how to talk to the AI thing is becoming, especially with models like this new 4.1.
Definitely. The guide itself, that's written by Noak McCullum and Julian Lee.
The people who actually created the model. So, they probably know what they're talking about.
You'd hope so.
Yep.
And the techniques, while focused on 4.1.
They're applicable elsewhere, too, like Claude, Gemini.
For sure. Claude, Gemini, Grok, Mistral. The core ideas should help you get better results across the board. These fundamentals translate.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? What's in this guide?
Well, some key areas are prompts that encourage the AI to sort of think for you, planning prompts.
And leveraging that massive context window, right, up to 1 million tokens.
Exactly. Making that huge context actually useful, not just a giant blob of text. It's about making any AI you use way more powerful, more responsive.
Now, this ChatGPT 4.1, it's a big step up from GPT-4, isn't it?
Oh, significantly.
Yeah.
A key thing the guide mentions is its ability to follow instructions with remarkable precision. It's much more obedient.
Which sounds good, but it means our old prompting habits might not work as well.
That's the implication. Because it's so rigorous, so literal, the kind of looser prompts that worked before might not unlock its full potential.
Like driving a Formula One car compared to a regular sedan. You need different skills.
That's a great analogy, actually. You need to adapt your techniques to really harness this thing.
So the payoff for listeners, for you tuning in, is learning these insider tricks to seriously boost the quality of AI responses.
Yeah, save time, get deeper insights. It's about moving from okay results to genuinely expert-level outputs.
All right, let's get into specifics. They talk about something called agent mode, or agentic workflow.
Yes. This is a core concept. It's about shifting how you interact, treating the AI less like a simple tool and more like a persistent partner.
How does that work in practice?
Well, one aspect is emphasizing persistence, like literally telling the AI in the prompt, don't stop until the problem is fully solved.
That doesn't just give a quick, maybe superficial answer.
Right. It encourages it to keep digging, keep working towards a complete solution.
Interesting. And what about these mental tools? That sounds intriguing.
It does, yeah. It's not about actual software tools, but guiding the AI's reasoning. The guide stresses, don't let it guess.
So prompted to explain its thinking.
Exactly. Explain your reasoning, show your work, basically.
Yeah.
Force it to articulate the steps it's taking internally.
Like in math class, show you're working.
Pretty much. And linked to that is planning. The guide suggests instructing the AI to actually create a plan before it generates the main response.
So it outlines its approach first. Does that help?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
OpenAI found it improved performance. I think they said up to 20% on some tasks just by adding that planning step.
Wow. Okay, now that 1 million token context window.
Right.
That's huge. How do you actually use it effectively? Just dump everything in.
No, not quite. The guide says structure is key. You can't just overwhelm it.
So what's the trick?
They recommend putting your main instructions or questions at the very beginning and at the very end of all the text you provide.
Beginning and end. Why is that?
It seems to help the AI maintain focus, kind of like bookends for its attention amidst all that information.
Yeah.
Keeps the core task prominent.
Makes sense. And formatting matters too, right?
Absolutely. Clear formatting, things like headings, bullet points, maybe bold text for key parts, helps the AI navigate the information, gives it structure.
Like a roadmap through the data.
Precisely. Now, another really practical thing is their 4-block prompt structure.
Okay, a specific structure. What are the blocks?
Right. Given how literal 4.1 can be, this helps. Block 1 is rules or instructions. Define the role, the tone, any constraints. Be super clear.
Block 2.
Step-by-step guidance. This is the how. Tell the AI the process to follow, the actions to take, maybe checks to perform.
Okay, rules, then process. What's block 3?
Examples. Provide 1 or 2 concrete examples of the output you want. Format, style, that kind of thing. Just enough to guide it.
And the last block. Block 4.
This one's important. Common errors to avoid. Explicitly tell the AI what not to do.
Like, don't use excessive caps, or don't contradict Rule X, or avoid vague statements.
Exactly that. Preempting the common pitfalls based on the instructions you've given.
That four-block structure sounds really useful, very methodical.
It seems designed to work with the model's strengths, its precision. And one last technique they mentioned, though maybe not in huge detail here.
Chain of thought.
Yeah, chain of thought prompting. Getting the AI to reason step by step. Another powerful tool, though, maybe for another discussion.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the big takeaways from this OpenAI guide. We've got agent mode, making the AI persistent and thoughtful.
Right, telling it not to guess, make the plan. Then there's managing that huge million-token context instructions at start and end, clear formatting.
And that very practical four-block prompt structure rules, process, examples, and errors to avoid.
It really paints a picture of a more deliberate, structured way of interacting with these powerful models.
So the final thought for you listening is, how could using these kinds of strategies change how you use AI? Think about the possibilities when you communicate with this level of precision.
What new things could you tackle? What insights could you unlock? It's definitely food for thought.
This has been a deep dive from Le Podcast de Philippe.
And if you found this, look at AI prompting insightful and you want more on artificial intelligence.
Please do help us reach 1,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate it.